Hey Leo, how are you? Good to be back and to see your bright shining faces. So I want to talk to you about a couple things first. I hope you were able to see the Leo birthday spread that was uploaded a couple weeks ago. So you may want to check that out if you haven't already to get an indication for what's on deck for the next trip around the sun. The second is the new moon in Leo combined with the Lion's Gate reading. That was very intense and powerful. It's not too late to watch that and incorporate some of those energies into your daily practice. And then the third thing is, since I took a little time away, for those who didn't notice, I did take a little bit of time away to sort of refresh after 2 years, not just myself, but the channel. Did a lot of research and came up with some interesting finds. The first thing is you'll notice that I've added chapters. So all that is timestamps that are in the description box. When I put them there, they create natural breaks on the play bar so you can go from the intro, like I'm doing now, straight to Oracle or straight to Tarot. I'm calling it a choose your own adventure of the way to digest my readings, because another thing you'll notice is I'm adopting a less is more approach. Less readings, longer, more in-depth, detailed readings. So it may help you to have navigation tools for those kinds of readings so that you can digest them according to the way that feels best to you. Some people like Oracle at the end, some people like it first. And those who are brand new to the channel, hi, welcome. Sometimes just want to get a feel for my tarot reading, so you can skip right to that. If it starts to feel good, like it's aligned with your storyline, then you can go back to the Oracle or the intro. Just thought I'd make it a little easier for people to get used to me or to explore what I have to offer. So you'll notice those things. Also, you will see an intentional shift in focus, because 90%, almost just about 90% of those of you watching identify as divine feminine in a twin flame dynamic. So I'm going to narrow my focus and speak to that audience. What this will do is help eliminate a lot of confusion. Most frequently asked question is, well, how do I know which one I am? You're talking about masculine, you're talking about feminine. How do I know? Especially if you share signs, this is good for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, given to you as divine feminine energy. That does not eliminate divine masculine. If you are here as a masculine, that's fine. Just know that that's the intention I have set. And so whatever's coming through, you may be on the other end of that. So it's almost as if a ringside seat has been granted to divine masculine to enjoy the reading and to get a lot of insight and value from it. So I just wanted to make mention of that for the masculines. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. Yes, less is more. One trip around the zodiac instead of two. Longer readings, more detailed readings, more in-depth readings, so you can go get your quick hits elsewhere. But trust that when you come here for a reading, you're going to get details, you're going to get in-depth, and you'll know whether it's your reading or not pretty soon after I begin, okay? So that's what I wanted to let you know. That's that. So what we're going to do now is shift to the Oracle portion of the program. And I have pre-selected, intuitively pre-selected 3 decks for you here, Leo. Shaman's Dream, Gateway Oracle, and Sacred Destiny Oracle, and shuffled and pre-selected your cards. The first card out for you here is card 45 from Shaman's Dream, Repairing the Veil. And it's all about forgiveness. And see, the thing is with the veil is it's what we perceive to separate us. There is no separation. We are all one, and we're all on the journey to learn that. But in the meantime, we may need to repair the veil every now and then. If the veil feels torn, right, you got to mend it. So it's about mending fences, offering forgiveness, making peace to repair that which exists and keeps us separate and exists between us. The other part of the repairing the veil is that whether you're the perpetrator of a wrong or the victim of a wrong, whether you're on the giving end or the receiving end, those are both positions of weakness. And so the act of forgiveness is for you. It's to make you whole. So if you have been wronged, it's about forgiving the other. If you have done the wrong, it's about forgiving yourself. Either way, the forgiveness is for you, to make you whole so that you can move forward and mend fences. I think it's a really beautiful card. in that forgiveness also is where the freedom is. So it's a really nice message. It's also card 45. So 4 and 5 is 9, which means you're wrapping something up, but there's a loose end here. And if you notice that this ribbon is tied into a bow, and that's what I think, because it's a 45, it's at that 9, you're almost at completion. It's like tying up loose ends. And sometimes the last loose end in our connection is that forgiveness. And in the forgiveness comes the true healing and freedom. I love that message. Makes me want to cry. Okay, the next card out from Gateway Oracle is trusting your intuition. My life is truly guided. This is letting you know, I love that we can see this river through the keyhole. It's actually looking like it's a waterfall that then flows down through the keyhole. This reminds me of a card in the Queen of the Moon Oracle, by the way. But this is telling you that your intuition is the vehicle for messages between you and spirit. So it's about knowing that you are guided, you're being guided, and to trust your intuition. And the last card I picked was from Sacred Destiny Oracle, and it's cool because you got the openness card. So the first part of the card talks about the phases of the moon and how they guide every aspect of our lives. The second part of the message for the openness card is about the intuition, is about being open to receiving the signs. So this is about trusting your intuition. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is, now that you trust, pay attention to the signs and be open to the messages you are receiving. Really beautiful cards here for you, Leo. Begin with forgiveness. Tie up any loose ends, trust your intuition in that process, and be open to the signs coming through for you from spirit. Okay, so that was your oracle for now, Leo. Let's go ahead and look at your connection. Let's see what's coming through for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Divine Feminine Energy, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I mean, now that I've narrowed the focus a bit, I broadened from Sun and Rising to Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For some of you, you can incorporate North Node too if you feel strongly connected to your twin flame mission. Not everybody's aware of that. If you happen to be, it's fine to add it in. If you're curious, you can add it in and then do a little research on your North Node, South Node placements, okay? And I'm going to do a masterclass on that in the membership for the Very Wise Priestess group. So, FYI, put a pin in that. Leo, boom. Divine Masculine, standing in their power. This could be you, could be your divine counterpart. What's crossing this energy? 6 of Pentacles. This is about fairness and balance and reciprocity and equal give and take. You can even almost, if you unfocus your eyes, you can almost see that lemniscate, that figure 8, right? That eternity symbol coming in here. It's like, you know, it's always a constant exchange between you and your divine counterpart. But this is coming in as what's crossing us. So it could be here to assist this energy, or there could be some challenge around it. Underneath, we have the Fool. So what's happening in your subconscious realm, in your psyche, is, you know, preparing for this leap of faith into the unknown. Maybe it's about trust. The past, 10 of Wands, absolutely. I feel like what's good about this is you've been doing a lot of work at unburdening yourself here, Leo. There's been something that's been weighing on you for a very long time. It's like the albatross around your neck. And I feel here like in the past you were very ready for that completion, very ready to offload any negative karma, any burdensome, stressful energy, anything holding you down, pulling you down. Because see, in your subconscious, you're ready to fly. You're ready to leap right off that cliff. What's up? In our strength position here, Leo, we have the 3 of Swords. So I'm gonna take an educated guess here. Just because what crowns us is our strength. It's the way we, you know, it's what we're bringing to the party here that will most serve our desired outcome. Of course, we have no control over that, but it's setting ourselves up for the best possible outcome. And the 3 of Swords is normally about heartache and heart heaviness. So imagine it coming through reversed, releasing the wounds of the past, doing the healing through forgiveness. So I'm feeling these 2 really tied up together. And our pain is often our strength. We really do bring to a relationship the best of ourselves when we reflect on the worst days in our lives, the biggest heartaches, the biggest disappointments, because that has all been character building and leading to this moment. Going forward in the future, what was I just saying? There's your card, Leo, strength, right? What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Yeah, that's exactly the message here. So I do feel in the near future you're coming through this thing stronger, more confident, more self-assured. That's why the King of Wands is here. Could be dealing with two different Leos. That's very possible. We also have Aquarius in the mix, which is opposite Leo. We are in between two Aquarian full moons, FYI. So, Spirit's message to you is about the Five of Swords, the energy surrounding you, Six of Wands, reconciliation, making peace, extending the olive branch, and being victorious. Really lovely energy. Your hopes and or fears, Four of Pentacles. In some way, I think it's a fear. I think there's some concern here about two walls are already too high. This is about shielding one's heart chakra, right? Being closed off and not showing your full hand, creating boundaries, sometimes harsh boundaries, and being a bit guarded. So you may have some fears that this is going to be your response, or some fears that that is the response you may be receiving from your divine counterpart. And the potential outcome here is the moon. So the moon talks about our, what's hidden from us, and what's hidden from us, what we don't see, right? This is more of the veil. This moon to me represents the actual veil between us and the spirit world, but also it's the unknown of what's going on in the mind of the other. We're not mind readers. So the moon can be triggering. It can trigger our insecurities. It can make us apprehensive. It can hold us back from taking this leap of faith. It gets in the way. The moon, though, also is an opportunity to sort of work with shadow on the emotional side. So different from ego, it's a little bit more about our emotional shadows. And because we have the Three of Swords here, I'm feeling like that's part of the outcome, is working through the fear. Okay, so now that you know what the cards are, I'm going to start clarifying. And as you know, what I'm seeing here, some of the interpretations can shift based on the clarifiers coming out. You know me, I get them down and then I got to move them all around. King of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sag, but this is about someone who knows what they want. I see it, I want it, I claim it, it's mine. Very self-assured, confident. In this deck, I always see it as Leo because of the lion in the background. But it can be any of the fire signs. There's the Six of Pentacles. So here's the Six of Pentacles crossing you, and it comes out right here. Ooh, this person, whoever it is, this could be you, but I'm feeling it's your divine counterpart, dear feminine, and I think they know what they want, and they're ready for an equal give and take. The Seven of Cups, it's somewhat emotionally overwhelming. There's a lot that they still need to process. Ace of Wands. So underneath this is someone who really wants to reignite the torch of passion here. There's a divine gift of inspired passion for this. I feel it's the masculine that's being channeled here. A readiness for the reciprocity, for being more generous with their time, energy, resources, love, affection, all the things in 3D that make us feel grounded and safe and provided for on an emotional level. But this person is like going through it. There's overwhelm, so many options, so many ways to approach the situation, and a lot to sort through on an emotional level before they take action and come toward you. Whew, Six of Pentacles was crossing. Let's see what comes through here. I love the confirmation of it. Yes, it's what they're manifesting with Queen of Pentacles. So in this case, feminine, you're the Queen of Pentacles. You're the one that they feel here in 3D is someone that they connect with, that they feel safe and protected around. This person is doing a lot of healing underneath. Got it? It's very interesting that this reading is coming through as it's all about the masculine, because that's what I will also focus on in the extended. But you're getting a glimpse into their readiness and what they're trying to manifest here. Manifesting that connection that gives them that sense of safety and stability. Someone who has their back, this is you. That Six of Pentacles, again, this is a supportive energy coming in for this King of Wands. It's all about equal give and take. It is generous energy, as I mentioned earlier, but underneath, I feel like they're in the process of healing. This is being manifested, but this is the truth of the situation as it stands right now. Healing from a lot of maybe long buried emotions is what's coming through, something that may have been repressed, really wanting to bust out. This is your energy as well here in your psyche. Yes, a leap of faith to get to the other side. Balance of the mind, something more peaceful, calm, no drama. Right? A drama-free zone is what you're ready for. Four of Cups. Sorry, I held that up weird. Four of Cups. Okay. So I feel like as you're preparing to move beyond the drama, there's still a part of you that isn't so sure. So this Four of Cups is a slight nod to the emotional detachment between you. Yes, and there's the Five of Swords underneath. Because it's a result of having felt set up, played, sabotaged, manipulated, you fill in the blank. Gaslighted, right? Unfair fight, deck stacked against you. I can read the litany of interpretations for this card. This is what's causing the Four of Cups. When what you really want to do is break free of the shackles of whatever this Five of Swords means for you and your connection. That Four of Cups is like it's almost as if you're keeping this person at an arm's length due to a lack of trust. Ten of Wands, I sort of feel like whatever this is about, it did leave a mark. But I feel like in the past you've worked through a lot of it. Hierophant, Two of Cups. Wow. Queen of Wands. Now we have a King and Queen. Well, I almost feel as if on some level this was the end of the road for the heaviness, the intensity, the carrying everything on your shoulders, dear feminine. We have the Six of Pentacles twice. So something was out of balance. There was no reciprocal energy. There was no give and take. It was one-sided. You were shouldering the burden of the connection, holding it all up, feel like Atlas, right? World on your shoulders. And on some level, I feel like this is where you stopped that, you offloaded it, and you began a spiritual journey. It was the beginning of your path of being very clear about who you are, what you stand for, what you're looking for in terms of commitment. This is a card of committed, conventional relationship. You weren't getting that reciprocity, and therefore things had to stop. With the soulmate, Two of Cups, you're ready for a partnership here. In the past, you're thinking about it. You're even manifesting it to some degree with the Queen of Wands underneath. Feeling empowered, feeling more in control the minute you offloaded this difficult, stressful energy of carrying the weight of the relationship on your shoulders. And even though you want the partnership, really coming to terms with your own beliefs about it, your own belief systems, your own internal compass here with the beautiful Taurian energy of the Hierophant and following that. So I do feel like on some level, Stella got her groove back in the recent past and is using the heartache as a source of strength and power. Yes. Right? Everything happens for a reason, my friends. Page of Wands and the Nine of Wands underneath. So I do feel like on some level you haven't given up on this person, almost seeing them as just maybe not as far along on the spiritual growth process, coming in a little bit less evolved. That doesn't mean a bad person, but they're not King of Wands right now. You're seeing them more as a page. You haven't given up hope, but maybe that's the last interaction you had, which is why they're showing up here as King of Wands, with the Six of Pentacles out twice, being manifested. So it's almost as if I'm feeling it can go either way. I feel like you're calling in the King, but the last interaction you had was with the Page, right? They didn't take things as seriously maybe as you did. That might have been painful. I do feel like it's all looking to you like, oh, well, this is fate. This was destined to happen the way that it happened. I'm glad I didn't give up. Nine of Wands here, persevering, trusting the process here with the Wheel of Fortune. Page of Wands is almost as if to say, I'm feeling, open to this person's energy, regardless of where they are on their journey. And it's all been very character building. The Strength card, I feel like you're stepping into something more confident. Yes. Wow. Leo, holy Hannah. Okay, and now we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. So definitely a power couple here with passion and the Pentacle-y energy, making things happen in 3D. I almost feel as if this is a couple that could go the distance, because I'm now seeing the Ten of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles underneath, moving towards something where you can build a connection that goes the distance, more long-term, life planning, so to speak, because you're choosing that path and you're coming from a position of strength. Got it? Overcoming all the obstacles and challenges and using the wounds of the past as a source of energy reserve to draw off of, to keep you motivated, to keep you moving forward on this. It feels like a pretty new path to me, but with the same person, if that makes sense. It will feel new to you. Ace of Wands will feel new to both of you. The message from Spirit is the Five of Swords, which we have here in your psyche. Wow. Okay. You're getting a new chance here, Leo, to speak truth to power. I do feel like you're being called to resolve the issue. Knight of Swords on that Five of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles in the middle. If you want this new beginning that I was just describing, where I said I think it's going to be new for you when I identified the Ace of Wands, well, I get back up. Yeah, new for you in 3D. If you want the Ten of Pentacles, you got to start with the Ace, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say here is I feel the message from Spirit is you have to deal with the lack of trust, because you've buried it here so far down, Leo, because it's in the psyche of your psyche. So it's been so repressed and suppressed, and that's why you've got walls erected and keeping this person at an arm's length. That may be throwing them off. They may be getting mixed messages. Seven of Cups. So I do feel here like you're being told, before you can set sail on this new beginning, right? Set sail, the Fool and the Six of Swords, you've got to clear things up. You have to speak your truth, not from anger, right? Clearly, articulate every single word. Practice it in advance, because sometimes the Knight of Swords can get out over their skis and say things in haste. So I do feel like you're being called here to address the elephant in the room if you want the fairness and the balance and the sense of validation and vindication for everything that you went through. So the Libra energy is underneath saying fairness and balance has to be the first thing on your mind. And in order to get that, right? Because we've got the Six of Pentacles twice. If you want equal give and take, this Five of Swords energy is going to erode that. It's going to chip away at it if you leave it unaddressed. So be thinking about the way in which you would communicate that to your divine counterpart in a way that sort of removes the emotion, is a little bit on the dispassionate side, meaning I'm, checking my emotions at the door. Here are the facts. Here's how this felt. Here's what I went through. Now I need to speak for myself. because I didn't get that chance in the past. So I do feel like that's really important. Six of Wands is the energy that surrounds you. I feel it will lead to reconciliation, a win-win outcome, something to be very proud of, right? Take your bow, making it through all this challenging energy and coming out on the other side, ready to step into the future. Yeah, there you are, working things out together. Very much a lot of cooperative energy between the two of you. You, your divine counterpart in spirit, sort of this co-creative energy, taking the connection to the next level, which with this Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles is where you're headed. So I do feel like it is a commitment. Yeah, look what's on the bottom. Ten of Cups, Four of Wands. So we know that there's this beautiful opportunity for your happily ever after in this powerful connection, but you can't do it alone. You need teamwork between the two of you, and then turning it over to spirit as well, inviting spirit in, right? The openness, being open to the messages you're receiving, sharing them with your beloved, working on building the connection. Once you've sort of met in the middle and you've made peace with everything, you've said your part, they've heard you, no more confusion, we've met in the middle, win-win outcome. It's really beautiful. Now, here in your hopes or fears, we've got the Four of Pentacles. More walls, more boundaries. Boundaries are good, but, you know, impossible walls to be scaled are not. Somebody not revealing themselves fully, not good. So, the universe is telling you, Leo, don't do that. Don't do that. It's in your hopes and fears, and I think it's something that you fear is either you or your divine counterpart are going to have their walls too high, are not going to reveal how they truly feel. Here you are, feminine, coming from your highest vibration of love. So on some level, it is going to require you to kind of risk it all. That's why the Fool shows up twice here. If you want the wish fulfillment for this love of a lifetime, there you go. You're going to have to really channel the most beautiful aspects of your divine feminine, unconditional loving energy. And what that means is unconditional love doesn't mean that we accept bad behavior. We do not. Because that's not part of the program, okay? We accept that the person themselves is human and therefore flawed. They are a soul having a human experience, and with that brings all kinds of human frailties. So we have unconditional love for the human experience, but we do not have to tolerate bad behavior, which is why we've got the Four of Pentacles here. And I do believe that there's one for you and one for the divine masculine. That's what I'm seeing here, and it is part of your fear. And I do feel like the answer to it is, you know, it can only be a block if you let it. But you're in an energy of moving toward wish fulfillment, this love of your life being offered to you once you clear the air and make sure that you've opened up, right? Drop the guard, drop the wall, move toward this Ace of Cups being handed to you. See it there? See it there by spirit? Move toward it. Explain yourself and how you feel about everything that's transpired in an unguarded way. That's going to require a lot of courage, a lot of strength, because every last nerve is going to be triggered. All your fears, all your insecurities, all the way back to this Three of Swords, all the way back to the Five of Swords. It's all going to come rushing back through. Fear of the conflict, the disharmony, whatever it was that came between you to begin with and sent you on your solitary journey. We've got Virgo and Pisces, double Pisces with Virgo as well in the mix. So I do feel like on some level, if whatever it is that you speak truth to power here about, Leo, if that comes up and triggers more discontent, maybe you don't see things the same way, maybe the reaction is off. Maybe the person has a fear-based response. It's okay. Just retreat a little bit. You're the guide. This Virgo energy of the Hermit is about self-awareness. It's about being self-aware and knowing when to pull back, knowing when to delay your need for instant gratification. So we've just had this part of the conversation. Maybe it went well, maybe it didn't go so great. Okay, I'm going to pull myself back. I'm not going to beat this thing to death. I'm going to give it some breathing room, give them some breathing room before I move forward. I'm going to wait for the enlightenment so that I know that the timing is right. But I do feel like what you can expect is a very human thing, a fear response, either yours, theirs, or a combination of the two that may require further introspection. A little bit of time to yourself to process all that is brought to the surface. It's like a bruise. It looks uglier and uglier before it gets better. And I kind of feel like that's what you can expect after you approach whatever it is that Spirit is telling you needs to be resolved. All right, Leo, if this is speaking to you, the link to the extended is below. And now I'm going to look at the Divine Masculine, how they see the situation and feel about it, how they see and feel about you. I'll get messages again from Spirit about how you can deal with their energy, what's coming through from them. I will also pull a card for how they're showing up, what their present energy is, and some additional oracle for you to work with. So if this is resonating, you can join me. I'll see you over there in a second. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you in a future reading, Leo. Lots of love.